If I have an interview with someone at 10 a.m., if they're not ready to go in the office at 10 a.m., I've already dismissed them from that job.
Giving a good impression during an interview starts way before you even arrive. You have to dress the part, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and know what you want to achieve going into the interview.
So you're saying that what I'm wearing right now is not okay?
Not for a job interview.
Not jeans, nothing with holes in them.
Shirts, suit jackets, pants.
You want everything pressed.
Women, something sensible, a nice business outfit.
You just want to look as sharp as possible.
You should have clean breath and white teeth.
Is your hair combed? Are you clean? Do you smell?
Whatever you wear into your interview, better say that you are smart, capable, and someone who can accomplish anything.
You want to be open. You don't want to say, oh, don't look at me. I'm scared or I'm bored.
When you come in, smile. Present yourself. Say hello. Hi, I'm Dion. Nice to meet you.
It's really going to make you look like a complete and utter and total idiot if you don't understand your job, the company, and the industry. They ask you, what do you think is the future of plastics? And you have nothing to say because guess what? You have not done your research.
For example, if somebody were to interview for Cutting Edge, we would want to see that they've read our annual report. They could see that we had a 60% increase last year in our web traffic, and they could ask a question that would relate to that 60% increase.
If that person starts talking about my industry, about communications, about Cutting Edge, about where we've been and where they think we could go and maybe even should go if they have some good opinions, I want to hear that. I'm interested. I lean forward.
The things that you have on your resume are going to be the items that the people you're interviewing with are going to ask you about.
It is very, very important to have a good, solid, clear, direct resume. And then an executive summary. What are you looking for? What are your special skills? What are you very good at? Typos, incorrect spellings, incorrect grammar. I'm not going to hire this person. List what your experience is, what your background is. Of course, your education, you're going to have that. Maybe you majored in economics, but you also studied English literature. Maybe you were a manager at Starbucks, McDonald's, working in a clothing store. Were you in charge of the receipts? You worked with people, you interacted. Are you really good at social media? Maybe you've even taken a course on that. Maybe you have built websites. Maybe only your own website, but you've built a website. That's impressive. Keep it clear, concise, simple, easy. This is all information that can tell us, do we want to meet this person face to face? Hopefully the answer is yes.
I'll ask the questions, but you're looking at me.
Nice to meet you.
Wonderful, nice meeting you too. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Dion.
Well, I'm currently in my last year of college. I'm interning over at Cutting Edge, and they've allowed me to take my skills and improve upon the things that I'm already doing.
It's a little bit vague.
Okay.
So you want to try to think of specific examples of things that you've done.
All right.
I helped do a lot of the filing in the office, so I'm very confident with that. Just get really comfortable talking yourself up.
How did you make your office more organized?
By separating the samples into the right boxes.
And that led to
A more efficient workplace.
a much more efficient workplace.
What kind of leadership skills do you have, and what is your answer?
Well, I was a floor manager, and I was also a captain of my team, and that lets you know that people want to work with me and that I'm a good leader.
Were you voted into that position? Were you
It actually
promoted?
was determined by sales. So if you had the most sales in different departments.
Okay, put that information in there.
I had the highest sales on the floor, and I was responsible for dealing with a group of 10 people. There was a variety of people that I worked with. Some were good, some were bad.
That's a little too much information,
Okay.
but it's good.
You want to give certain keywords, certain words that make people light up and respond to you.
I would say reliable,
Okay, good.
organized.
Mm-hmm.
I am trustworthy. I'm reliable, and I have a very I can do attitude. Basically, in my country, we take trust very seriously. So I was brought up in a home where the foundation of it was trust. So that is the main core of who I am.
Excellent.
I was the lead salesman and eventually promoted to floor manager for a tech company with a team of 10, and we ended up leading our division in sales by my organization that I put together.
Wonderful.
I also speak Portuguese, French, Spanish, and Italian, which can be very useful for your company. Let's say that you have a client in Sao Paulo, I can easily speak Portuguese and even communicate and connect with the client in a more cultural level since I speak and am from that country.
So, a lot of times during an interview, the employer will ask you why you left your last job.
My last boss was awful.
You don't want to talk about how bad the last job was.
But you just asked me.
You want to keep it positive. You can say, well, I just needed to move on. I didn't feel I was growing. I didn't have enough challenges.
But how is it positive if I left?
Because you can always leave to grow.
You always want to kind of twist it at the end and make it seem like an asset.
Okay.
What skill are you kind of lacking in? Could you improve on? And how are you going to go about doing that?
I argue a lot. I'm always arguing. I have good negotiating skills. So I would definitely try to bring those additions into the conversation.
What about a situation where you had to kind of change how you were used to doing something?
Okay. When I came to Cutting Edge, I had never worked with the SAP program before. I was able to start learning the ins and outs and really doing something I had never done before and actually improving on those skills.
Tell about a time where you had to manage a pressure situation in your last job. Could you do that?
We had to get one of our clients set up with the new office space.
Mm-hmm.
As my boss was being extremely agitated and aggravated, I was able to get, everyone at the place on time and get the job done.
Okay, that's good.
You just need to walk in and listen to the question and answer it succinctly, to the point. Don't go on and on and on, because you're listening. You're also taking in the body cues. If they're like, subtle rolling of eyes, not good. Kind of slumping or turning around to do some other task, not good. But you have to listen. And not just to what they're saying, but listen metaphorically to their body language. When the interviewer says, do you have any questions? You want to be able to have questions, because this is your opportunity to shine. This allows you to stand out from the crowd.
So you want to take some time and research. What this will do is we'll let them know that you've taken an interest in the company, that you know something about the company.
The first thing I want to know is, if I were to be offered the position and accept it, how much would I make?
Do not bring up money. Just do not bring up money at all. Allow the interviewer to bring up the question of salary.
Where could
Okay.
you see me going in the company?
Okay, this is moving in the right direction.
I really enjoy the structure of your company, and I've noticed that you have a lot of employees who have been here numerous amount of years. And I'd like to know, if I were fortunate enough to become a member of this team, what type of opportunities would be available along the line as far as advancing my career here.
Great. Say you're in an interview and you know that there are things that you have, talents and skills that you have. The interviewer hasn't asked you these questions. How do you work these things into the conversation?
I say that I would also like to bring up that I have, a skill in speaking many different languages that could be very useful for the company.
It's a pity that we do not have an opening in our New York office, because I would absolutely vouch for you to come work in New York with us.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure.